Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All of you.
Wa alaikum assalam.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Okay, Alhamdulillah. First, Bismillah, then Alhamdulillah. Now we have met again from the last week. Our class always in 1 week, 1 day for 1 hour. It focuses on Islamic education for children. And this Islamic education, the subject includes about 8 subjects, almost 8 subjects like Tawheed, Sirah, Fiqh, Azkar, Arabic, and Akhlaq, and the Quran. So last 2 weeks, we have started on Tawheed, on Azkar, and on Sirah, the story of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today class will be on Fiqh, and another subject is Azkar. But before that, I'm going to ask you a little bit question from the previous class. Last previous class, we have seen about the subject Tawheed and the subject of Sirah, or story of the prophets. Before we going our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu we have talked about all the prophets. Okay, I'm gonna ask you one question. As we learned from the previous, I told you how many prophets are sent by Allah to us. How many prophets? Yes, Tasneem? Okay, Muhammad, can you help her?
I think it's like 1,425.
Okay, no, it's not correct. Okay, Muhammad, can you help her? I told you 100,000.
20.
Yeah, 124,000. 124,000 prophets are sent by Allah. Okay, now the second question is for Muhammad. Who is the first prophet? No, it's Muhammad. Who is the first prophet? Don't close, okay? Don't shut it down, okay? Just stay.
Adam alayhi salam.
MashaAllah, Adam alayhi salam. MashaAllah. Okay. The second question will be, don't close, no, just stay there. The second question will be for each of you. Who is the last prophet?
Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
MashaAllah, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And as I told you, there is no any prophet after Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam that will be waited. No prophet that will be waited in the future. Okay, all prophets are done by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says by himself, there is no any prophet after me. I'm the last one. He said, I'm the last one from the prophets that sends. And this ummah, this generation is the last generation from all generation things Adam created. Okay, I'm going to ask you one question. Who is the first mankind that Allah created him by his hand?
Adam alayhi salam.
MashaAllah, Tasneem, Adam alayhi salam, he is the first one who Allah created by his hand. Can you
because Adam alayhi salam was the first prophet.
Yeah, also Adam alayhi salam is the first prophet. Okay. And also he is the first our father. Yeah. All we came from Adam. Adam is the only person, the only mankind that Allah created him by his hand. Can you tell me Adam from where it created?
His hand.
I know his hand, but from where? Allah. What?
Allah's hand.
I know Allah, he created by his hand, but Allah, when he created by his hand, he created Adam from the mud. You know mud?
Yeah.
That's it. And Allah Azza wa Jal also in reverse, he creates the shaitan from the fire. Again, Allah Azza wa Jal, he created the malaika, the angels from the
light.
All of them, they have their own body. Can you tell me one of the angels from the malaika that Allah created? The most powerful malaika. Go ahead.
Jibreel.
Yeah, Jibreel alayhi salam. He is the most powerful malaika. He have 600 wings. 600 wings. Only his one wings, it covers all the sky. His one wings, he can cover all the sky.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's the other, like, you know how there's other malaika? So how much do they have? They just have one?
They have, yes, Allah is saying in the Quran, matna wa thulatha wa Allah, the malaika, they are more in numbers and they have their own wings. But the only that Allah describes about the Jibreel alayhi salam, he has 600 wings, only about Jibreel. Also Mikael, it has its own wings, but it didn't mention in the Quran or in the Hadith. Other malaika, they have wings 2, 3, 4. Okay, but the most powerful is
Jibreel
alayhi salam. That's good. So let me ask you one question, last question. From those 124,000, how many of them they are prophets? Can you tell me the number? I mean, how many of them they are messengers? Can you tell me the
25.
25, mashallah. Okay. Can you tell me who's the first messenger that Allah sent him?
Adam salam.
Adam alayhi salam is not a messenger. Adam alayhi salam is a prophet. The first messenger is Nuh alayhi salam. Okay? The first messenger, Nuh alayhi salam. For now, you can have it, Nuh. But next time, I will tell you, is Adam really messenger or prophet? I will tell you in deep, okay? But now the first messenger is Nuh, and the last messenger, who is the last messenger?
Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Yeah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay. 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 You, mashallah. This is all about the last week class on Sirah. But I have a lot of questions that I gave it to you, that who the first creature from the mankind, and who the first prophet, how many prophets that Allah sent us, and who's the last prophet, how many messengers, and who the first messenger, who the last messenger. You already done. Is there a prophet after Prophet Muhammad? No. You say no. Good. Is there a messenger after Muhammad?
No.
No, that's good. Okay. Also, why I told you, why do we need to believe by another prophet? Isn't that enough to believe by Prophet Muhammad? I told you this question. You said what? It is obligatory and it is mandatory to believe all the
Prophet.
prophets, because if we believe only by Prophet Muhammad and we didn't believe by Jesus, by Moses, by Abraham, by Joseph, by Yahya, Yaqub, Zachariah, Harun, all prophet messenger beginning from Adam alayhi salam, we are not truly a believer.
Because if you
Because
don't believe, because like if you don't believe every prophet, you're not a believer.
yeah, we need to believe in all prophets, because this is our religion, that Islam teach us to believe by all prophets, because all prophets, they are sent from Allah, by Allah, the only one God that he sent them. Okay, all prophets are brothers. Okay, brothers. All prophets are brothers. The Prophet Muhammad would say, sometimes when he mentioned Jesus, he said, my brother Jesus, he teaches them like he teaches his people like this. He say like this. That the Prophet Muhammad mentioned the Prophet as his brother. Also, he mentioned Moses as his brother, my brother Musa. Huh? And when he mentioned Ibrahim, he's by saying our father Ibrahim. When he mentioned Adam alayhi salam, he say our father Adam alayhi salam, kind of like that. Okay, so believing in the prophets to us is mandatory, obligatory, because it is the teaching of Islam from the 6 Arkanul Iman. Now today, I'm going to starting fiqh class by teaching you the 5 pillars of Islam and the 6 pillars of Iman. Okay? Okay, mashallah, jazakumullah khair. I'm not going to another subject, Tawheed's question. Already I'm going to give it to you to just to study it by yourself. Next time when we meet on Tawheed subject, I'm going to ask you that question. Now today I'm going to teach you fiqh. Fiqh class, the subject is focusing on, especially on the prayer. A lot of time is focusing on the prayer. On the prayer, how to pray. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to teach you something. If one person need to pray a salah, he must be a Muslim. In the first place, a person who need to pray salah, he must be a Muslim, a believer. If he is not a believer, his salah is false, unacceptable.
It won't count.
It won't count. Yes, it won't count. He's not a Muslim. A believer is that he pray, he makes sujood by his head to Allah. But the non-believer, he doesn't know who's going to pray for who. Is it for Shaitan? Is it for Allah? He must have first shahada. Yeah, be a Muslim. So anybody who need to pray salah, you have to tell him first you need to be a believer, to believe by Allah, to believe by Prophet Muhammad, to believe by Jesus as a messenger, as a prophet, not as a God.
If you are a believer, you probably wouldn't even know that you're supposed to believe Allah.
Yes, that's it. So believing in Allah for every person is obligatory. Okay, that's good. So before I go teaching, okay, fiqh. Learning about fiqh is, the first is, fiqh is teaching how to make wudu, how to make istinja, before wudu. Before you making wudu, I mean wudu is ablution, yes? Istinja is using a bathroom before you make wudu. You have to go restroom. Then how to make wudu. Then how to pray. Then how to have a fasting. How to make sadaqah. How to give sadaqah. How to give zakah, charity. How to do a pilgrimage, hajj, going to Mecca. This all things is talking on fiqh. Okay, so beginning, the first after believing, the person who, I'm gonna give you one tip. The person who need to be a Muslim in the first place, if somebody asking you, I'm going to be a Muslim, can you tell me what am I going to do? You're gonna tell him, you have to take shahada. You have to tell him, say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. Okay? If you can add by Jesus, wa ashhadu anna Isa rasulullah wa kalimatuhu alqaha ila Maryama wa ruhum minh. Okay? Don't worry. Next time, I will give you word by word the Arabic. I will teach you. For now, you have to tell him, I bear witness, to tell him to be, I bear witness that there is no God, there is no truly God but Allah, and I bear witness but that Prophet Muhammad is the last messenger, is the servant of Allah, is the servant of Allah and the messenger, or also Jesus is the servant of Allah and the messenger, and he is son of Maryam, son of Mary. He's not a God. Yeah? Then after he took this one, you're gonna be a Muslim. You're gonna tell him, now go ahead and take a shower. Yeah? Because his clothes is dirt, he was drinking alcohol, there was something najasa on his hand, his body. He must wash it all things, all sins. When he wash all his body, all sins are gonna go down. Then you're gonna wear another new tahara clothes. Okay? Then after that, we're gonna teach him the 5 pillars of Islam. I'm gonna teach you 5 pillars of Islam. The 5 pillars of Islam, the Arabic word is called Arkanul Islam. Arkanul Islam. Okay? In the hadith that mentioned in the Bukhari and Muslim, that in hadith Abdullah ibn Umar, that Arkanul Islam, pillars of Islam, there are 5, okay? The one is Shahadatu an la ilaha illallah. Okay, don't worry about the Arabic. Next time, we're gonna come back to it. I will give it to you in Arabic because our teaching is going slow down. First is Shahadatu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Okay? Say it. Shahadatu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. This is the first pillar of Islam. The second one, Iqamus Salah. Okay? Good. The third one is Ita'uz Zakah. Good. The fourth one is Sawm Ramadan. And the last one is Hajjul Bayti
حج البيت
لمن استطاع إليه سبيلا. لمن استطاع
لمن استطاع
إليه
سبيلا.
سبيلا. Good. Those are, can you tell me by English all these things? Yeah, last time I think you told me, Muhammad, yes, about the 5 pillars of Islam.
Shahada,
Mhm.
pray, fasting, zakat,
And
Hajj.
Hajj.
Hajj, you have money.
Yeah, that's it. Hajj is not obligatory for all, except for the person who have money to go make Hajj is obligatory for him. That's called in Arabic wajib. Okay?
Wajib.
Okay, but the other 4 things, everyone, they are obligatory or wajib for everyone, except for the baby. Okay? Or less than 7 years or less than 15 years for you guys. Okay?
Okay.
You can practice it, but it is not counted as a wajib on you, as an obligatory for you. But you have to practice it from now, especially the 10 year is very hard. You have to do it.
Because right now it's our only chance.
Yeah, you can, but you have to practice it from now. Starting from 7 years.
If I don't practice it from now, when I'm 10, I'm gonna not feel comfortable doing it.
You have to, when you are 10, it is obligatory on you. If you don't do it, Allah gonna write to you that as you do a sin. If you do it, Allah gonna give you the ajr, the reward.
He's gonna give you, there's gonna be good deeds and bad deeds.
Yes, that's good. MashaAllah, Muhammad. So that's it. So these are the 5 pillars. Every Muslim who believes in Allah, he must know these 5 things and he must practice it. Put it in the practice. When Ramadan is coming, he must fast. Salah in a day 5 times. Yeah?
Yeah.
5 times. We're gonna come back on Salah, their name. Okay, the first Salah, the second Salah, and the obligatory Salah, and the other is the Sunnah Salah. Salah are obligatory and Sunnah. Inshallah. Okay, this is the 5 pillars of Islam. Did you write it all? Yeah. Already you know it. Okay, let's go to the 6th pillar of Iman. The 6th pillar of believing. The first one is Arkan. The Arabic word is saying Arkanul Imani. Arkanul Imani. Okay, Arkanul Imani, pillars of believing. Sittatun. There are 6. Okay. Sittatun means, yeah, Arkanul Imani. Sittatun. Pillars of believing Iman, or pillars of Iman, there are 6. The first one, an tu'mina billahi. Believe, you have to believe by Allah. Yeah? Or in short, believing by Allah.
Believing by Allah.
The second one is wa malaikatihi. Believing, yes, believing in his angels. That we believe that Allah create malaika. Okay, we're gonna come back to their name next time in detail. I'm gonna tell you Jibril's, Mikael's, Ridwan, Malik, Nakir, Munkar, all this, they have their own name and they have their own position, work that Allah gave them. Okay? So we believe that the angels, they are created by Allah and they are now here. Okay? They have their own duty, but they are visible. What does it mean by visible? We can see them? We can see them?
No, you can't. It's the opposite.
Okay, opposite, yeah. How about invisible?
You can see it.
We can see it. Okay, good. We cannot see them, okay? As we cannot see the shaitan. So invisible is we cannot see them. Visible is we can see them. Yes?
Yeah.
That's the word, I think. You are not correct. I'm not correct. Okay. The second pillar of Iman is believing in Malaika. The third one is the first, and tu'mina billahi. The second, wa malaikatihi. The third, wa kutubihi. By his books that Allah sent them from the heaven. Allah sent books. I'm going to ask you again next time, who are those books? How many there are that we know them? Their name. Allah sent a lot of books for a lot of prophets, messengers, but the only mention in the Quran that we know them is about 4 or 5, like kind of like that. Inshallah, the best of you can bring the name next time, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Believing by books that every messenger, Allah sent them with the books. Like Musa, he have his own books. Jesus, he have his own books. Prophet Muhammad, he has his own books. Prophet Ibrahim, he has his own books. Okay? That's it. Good. Okay, this is the third one. The first one, وَرُسُلِهِ. We have to believe by messengers. Allah sent messengers. Yes?
Yeah.
When we mention messenger, it includes prophet. Because messenger is also prophet. Okay? But prophet is not messenger. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Prophet is not messenger, but messenger is prophet. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. So we have to believe by all messengers that Allah sent them to us, beginning from Nuh alayhi salam until Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the last messenger. Okay. أن تؤمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله, then وباليوم الآخر, and بيوم الآخر means by the hereafter life. Okay, hereafter life, akhirah. There is a life after this life. It's very long. That's called akhirah, hereafter. Okay? That day we're gonna meet the one we love it, Allah, and with the one we love it, the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and we're gonna see all the prophets. And we're gonna see the Jannah and the hell. May Allah make us people of the Jannah with the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
I have a question.
Ameen. Okay.
I have a question. When you're in Jannah, do you see the prophets?
Yes.
You think they're not?
Not the Prophet only.
Messenger too.
No. Also you see Allah. The Prophet. Also you see Allah Azza wa Jal. our creator, our love, Allah. We're gonna say it every Friday. Not Prophet Muhammad, not all messenger. Allah, the powerful God. We're gonna say it, inshallah. May Allah make us Ahlul Jannah. That's good.
Ameen.
For that, you have to pray on time, beginning from now. You have to obey your parents. You have to obey your teachers. You have to respect your elders. You have to respect your ustad, your teachers, everyone, your father, your mom. Then Allah will reward it to you the Jannah. Jannat al-Firdaus. Okay? That's good, mashallah. And this is about hereafter. Inshallah, one time we're going to talk about the hereafter life, what it look like. It's very amazing. You guys also amazed by the Disney, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
But this one is Subhanallah. It's very, very, very Subhanallah. Inshallah, when the time comes, we're going to talk about that, okay? Okay, the last believing or arkanul iman is an tu'mina bil qada'i wal qadari. Okay? An tu'mina bil qada' wal qadar. Khayrihi wa sharrihi min Allah ta'ala. That is called qada wa qadar, by the decision. You have to believe by this decision. When something happened to you good, you're gonna say that this is from the Allah. Or bad, it's the same as, okay? Everything is written by the written, okay? You know that there is a Lawh al-Mahfuz,
Yeah.
yeah? The big board on the Arsh, over the Arsh, above the Arsh. There is a big book and there is a pen,
Yeah.
al-Qalam. You write everything. He writes it about you. When are you going to, your mom going to give you birth? He write it, Allah, he create this, the board and the qalam before 50,000 years before he created the malaik, before he created the heavens and the earth. 50,000 years, 50. You see, 50,000 years. Do you know the age of Nuh alayhi salam? How many years he lived in the earth?
No.
You don't know. When I tell you, when you hear it, you're gonna be amazed. He lived in the earth 1,000 years.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, 1,000 years.
That's until he was 1,000.
Do you know the Adams alayhi salam, how long he is?
Yeah, very tall. He was tall enough to walk the whole earth.
Yeah, you're right, but it's like 16 feet. 16 feet. Maybe you will be, how many feet you are?
I'm like almost 5.
What is called this? Is this called feet?
No, that's your hand.
Yeah, that's 60 hand. Feet is your leg, yeah? Or you're walking?
Mhm.
Feet is walking, yeah?
That's like half the size high schoolers are. That's like half the size of high schoolers.
Yeah, so Adam alayhi salam is 16, 60 feet.
60.
Yeah, like one big building. How about you? Are you 2 feet or what?
Maybe 2 or 3. But probably 2.
Okay, it's good. See, Allah, He created Adam like this. Subhanallah. He created the heavens, the earth. He created the Jannah. Then, who's Allah? He's powerful. He created Jibril that have 6,000 wings. Look, we are amazing by the Adam, by Jibril. What about Allah himself? What about Allah himself? Subhanallah. We need to afraid him. We need to love him. As you love your mom and dad, you love Allah more than mom and dad. Because he gave you eye, nose, mouth, ear, to breathe.
He put you on the land. He put you on this earth.
Yes, he's the one he put on the earth. He's the one putting the sky without any that can hold the sky. There is nothing hold the sky. Yes?
You start from loving Allah, then you like the prophets, and then it starts from your mom and your dad.
Yes. Said after Allah and Prophet, you have to obey your mom and your dad. And after that, you have to respect your elder, like your sister, anyone. You have to respect your teacher. You have to respect your ustaz. You have to respect your friends. Okay? You have to respect yourself. You don't have to put yourself in something bad things. Okay? When your friend call you to go, don't go. That's not allowed in Islam. Okay, brother?
Okay.
That's good. MashaAllah. Now, these are the 6 pillars of Iman and the 5 pillars of Iman. I hope next time we're gonna go deeply for each of pillar. Okay?
Okay.
You, Muhammad, you have tried this one.
Okay.
Okay. MashaAllah, fiqh class will be done here. Now let's go to the second subject a little bit. It's about azkar. Do you know azkar?
No.
Allah he says, فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah. Always remember me. If you remember me, I will remember you. I will not forget you. You have to remember me. You don't have to forget me, say Allah